Hi, I'm Jennifer Hollick with the World War II Research and Writing Center, and I wanted to talk today a little bit about reconstructing military service because I'm getting quite a lot of questions and I'm answering the same kinds of questions over and over again. So I thought I'd make a quick video to help show you and tell you what you need to do. If you had a family member who served in the Army or the Army Air Forces and his service or her service file burned in the fire in 1973, all hope is not lost. There are many things that you can still get to help reconstruct military service. And I do need to caution you that there are some military researchers out there who advertise, several hundred pages of a reconstructed file, but they're not reconstructing the service correctly. They're basically taking what's on a discharge paper and pulling the unit records for you. When that's 95% of the time, that is not going to give you the correct story. Most Army and Army Air Force personnel and every other unit were in multiple units. So taking that final unit on the discharge paper, which may or may not even be a combat unit, is not the correct way to reconstruct military service. So be careful who you're working with when they advertise several hundred pages of a reconstructed file, because you're not getting what actually would have been part of an original service file. You're getting a lot of stuff that's probably incorrect. Now, if your service file burned, there are still records at St. Louis at the National Personnel Records Center that will help you reconstruct military service. The problem is you have to go there and do the research yourself, or hire a researcher like me who can find that information and find all of the connecting dots and help you tell the story. Some of these records are payroll records, rosters, and company morning reports. If you only work with those 3 sets of records, you can, as long as the clerks put the information on those reports, especially the morning reports, you can reconstruct service from start to finish. And I've done it with pretty much every client. There are some records, of course, that don't exist. People think, well, the fire burned the personnel files and there's nothing. But we also need to remember that sometimes the official records that were created during the war had to be transported from the theater of war back to the United States. Sometimes they were on a ship that was sunk. Sometimes they were in a vehicle that hit a road mine or was blown up by airplanes strafing the area or any other reason. So we have to remember that while records were created, they weren't always still in existence when the war ended. And then sometimes things did happen, or the archives decided to destroy some rosters, which they chose to do that with a lot of the monthly rosters for many of the war years. But using those records, we can reconstruct military service. The most important piece of information you need, besides the name and the Army serial number, is a unit at some point in time. With that, whether you have a discharge paper that shows that, or you have a letter with an envelope that shows the soldier sent a letter home, in May of 1944, and he's got his unit on there, that's all you need to get started. And from that, we can work forward and backward. You just need a unit at some point in time. So, if you are ready to start reconstructing military service, even if the file burned, I am taking new clients, and you can schedule a free consult to share what you know, and we can discuss research plans, what is possible to obtain, how long it takes, and what it will cost you. With every client that I work with, you all get a couple of research reports because I do research in 2 parts. And you also get a lot of other resources, and I'm also rolling out resources to help clients process the information that we find, because not every project is very straightforward. Sometimes we learn things throughout the research that clients had no idea. Maybe their parent was married to somebody else before they married their mother or father. Maybe they had a baby out of wedlock, or something else happened. So it's always a good idea, I think, to look at the different stories that we have as we're going through this, and now to start offering clients the ability and the resources to process some of this. Nobody else is doing this. So if you think, or based on your family stories, that This might be something you need some extra support as you go through the process. Definitely let's have a conversation. There are links to find out all about me, the research services that I offer, in the link in the bio. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, I will place the link with the video, or on Facebook, also post it there. And if you visit my World War II Research and Writing Center website and go into research resources, under educational articles, you're going to find several about the OMPF. You're going to find quite a few about the morning reports with document examples to help you better understand what they are and why they are important, and a whole lot of other resources. So please spend some time taking a look there. Lots of videos, lots of articles, lots of things to make you think, a lot of books that I've written to teach you how to do the research, and I have a freebie section with some downloads and a free newsletter. So please check that out. Let me know if you have any questions. I would love to help you on your research journey.